After dramatic political developments in Punjab over the weekend, the state is all set to get a new chief minister at 11 this morning. Charanjit Singh Channi, surprise pick from the Congress, is the next chief minister of Punjab. And now the focus is on what the Punjab cabinet is going to look like, particularly the deputy CM. The Congress has confirmed that they're going to have two deputy chief ministers now. And sources have told us that the names of Aruna Chaudhary and Bharat Bhushan Ashu are doing the rounds as probable candidates. Aruna Chaudhary is a Dalit candidate and Bharat Bhushan Ashu is a Hindu face, and they're being pitted as the top contenders for the deputy CM post to essentially set the caste equations right for the Punjab Congress. But let's get you details about these two likely deputy CMs. Aruna Chaudhary is a 62-year-old MLA from Dinanagar constituency. She served as the Social Security and Women and Child Development Minister under Captain. She's also the daughter-in-law of Chaudhary Jaimuni, the founder MLA of Dinanagar. The other candidate is Bharat Bhushan Ashu. He's a sitting MLA from Ludhiana West. He too has served in the Captain cabinet as the Food, Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Minister. Now, Punjab CM designate Charanjit Singh Channi will be taking oath at 11 this morning. He was seen offering prayers at a Gurudwara in Rupnagar before the oath-taking ceremony.
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि पार्टी श्री चेन्नी के नाम पर पहले से ही एकजुट थी। हमारी जो जनभावना है, हमारे एमएलएज की भावना है, वो ये है कि दो डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर हों और हम दो डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर और काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स जल्दी से जल्दी नाम तय हो गए।
So it came as a bit of a surprise when the Congress actually announced that Charanjit Singh Channi is the next Chief Minister of Punjab. But let's tell you exactly what his strengths and weaknesses are. Here's a detailed SWOT analysis. First, starting with Channi's strengths. He is the Dalit face of Congress in Punjab. So it's clearly an attempt to woo Dalit voters by the Congress. Besides that, he's a relatively young face. He is known to be one of the young leaders of the Congress. So that too, they say, shows that he has a lot of promise. He's a close Sidhu aide, and perhaps this is the one factor that's worked the most in his favour, the fact that he is known to be very close to Navjot Singh Sidhu. He is, in fact, a heavyweight, a strongman of the RAMDASIA SIKH community. So another attempt there for the Congress to go ahead and woo a major vote bank. He's got 3 back-to-back wins from Chamkaur Sahib. So he's performed really as an MLA and is known to be a strongman from this constituency. He also has held multiple berths in the Captain cabinet, so not someone who's new to responsibilities being given to him. Having said that, one of the biggest weaknesses is that he hasn't really held a big portfolio, not a senior Congress leader to have the kind of experience to be the chief minister. So there's a big question mark on whether he'll be good at governance. Besides that, several experts have also said that, what could play against him is the fact that he seemed to be very, very close to Navjot Singh Sidhu, and questions will loom on whether he's merely a puppet chief minister, whether Sidhu will be calling the shots. He's been very vocal against Captain Amarinder Singh. Yes, he was a part of the Captain cabinet, but that didn't stop him from going ahead and voicing his opposition to Amarinder, and that prompted Captain Amarinder Singh to also oppose him. Captain Amarinder Singh, in his interview to us, very clearly said that any of Sidhu's aides cannot be made chief minister. He's also seen essentially as a stopgap arrangement for Sidhu. As I mentioned, perhaps it could be Navjot Singh Sidhu actually calling the shots of the government as well. What are the opportunities for the Congress here? By going ahead and choosing someone like Channi, they can unite the Dalit votes for the Congress. With months to go for the elections, that's a crucial factor at play. It can also help Congress in stemming dissidents. Here, of course, it remains to be seen if that will happen, because Channi has to then reach out to everyone and ensure it's a united front. Also, here's an opportunity for the Congress to put the focus back on governance, because for the last many months, everyone's been talking about the implosion within the Congress and the infighting. Channi could aid Sidhu to really tighten his grip on the Punjab Congress, and that is something that no doubt Sidhu will be hoping for. What are the threats with Channi being chosen as the next chief minister? 5 months to go for the assembly election. So he has to hit the ground running, has to prove his mettle immediately. There's no question of taking his own time. Now, resurgent AAP is a problem for the Congress, a belligerent Akali Dal who's been very, very aggressive on the streets of Punjab holding protests. All of that is an issue. There's also the factor of the BJP trying very, very hard to woo in Dalit voters. And that's something that the Congress is trying to break through by appointing someone like a Channi, who is a Dalit face. The Congress's infamous factional fights has been in the focus for the last many months. It's all that everyone's been talking about with regards to the political updates in Punjab. They have to break that narrative as well. So it remains to be seen exactly how that will happen.